and today I'm just going to be doing going through some of my beauty favourites that I currently am loving. I've never done a favourites video before, mainly because I'm a creature of habit. I kind of like what I like, and I do try a lot of stuff out, but half the time I keep going back to the things that I've already tried just because I know I love it, and I'm not very good at giving other things a chance, so I'm going to try and work on that. But I'm going to go through things that I've loved for a while, or a couple of new things that I've tried that I've fallen in love with, or just what I kind of happen to use on quite a regular basis. So I've got a couple of bits to go through, so I'll start, it's all pretty much makeup based. So I'll start with primers. So my go-to primer is this one. This is the Maybelline Baby Skin Instant Pore Eraser Lightweight Primer. This is a dupe for the Benefit Poreless Primer. I think it's called Poreless Primer. I have a little mini one of them and I love it, but it's quite expensive, and this one's $7.99 and it's pretty much identical. It's very, very similar. I love it with most of my foundations, but the only one I don't like with I'll go through in a minute with you, but this is really, really good. So it kind of does, I don't have very large pores anyway, so to me it does work for my skin and for me personally, so that's a good one. My next primer is this one. Now I don't use this a lot, you can't even see it, let me just have a look. There you go. So it's the, I don't know how to say that, Meet Makeup Diamond Heart Base Primer. It's illuminating bright base primer. I kind of got this in a glossy box last year I think, and I have used it a couple of times and then I just stopped using it. And then when I bought one of my most recent favourite foundations, it's very matte, very, very matte, and I love it with that because it just makes that foundation go on so much nicer, and the foundation doesn't really work with this one, so I love it for that foundation specifically. For, I think, under a matte foundation, if you like a more dewy look, this is a really, really good, so I like that as well. Going on to the foundations, so my current favourite at the moment from the Drugstore is the Maybelline Superstay 24-Hour Foundation. It is, in my shade at the moment is 30 Sand. This foundation is amazing. It is very, very full coverage. I don't know, it says it's 24 hours. I've not tested it for 24 hours. I've worn it for a few hours and it's always okay. I love it with this primer. With this primer, not so much. It just makes, like, especially around my nose, it makes it look really, really cloggy and cakey and just bleh. So when I first used that, I did use it, I think I even used it with this primer or with no primer. I can't remember. I did it on a video, so it should be on there. But I didn't like it at all. And then I remembered that I had this one. I was thinking it needs something dewy, something illuminating underneath. And this one is just that. So it's just lovely. So I just put it all over my face, pop that on top. I do put a really thin layer around my nose area because I get, I've had a cold recently and I get really dry skin around here, and I find this one does make the dry skin look worse. So with a little bit of primer and a little tiny bit with a sponge, it kind of got on beautifully. I'm wearing it today. I have worn it all day long today with this look combination, and I love it. Together, amazing. So my higher end foundation at the moment is the Tarte one. This is the Tarte Amazonian Clay 12-Hour Full Coverage Foundation, medium honey. Again, this is my go-to if I'm going out in the evening, if I've got like a special occasion or anything like that. Although, since I've bought this one, if I'm honest, I haven't used this one. Just because it's expensive, and this one does the same thing, and it works beautifully, and I love it. But I do really like this one when I'm not using that one. So before I got that one, I bought that one about a month ago possibly. I think the video was about a month ago, maybe 3 weeks ago. I have non-stop used that one, and I've not touched this one. Beforehand, during the winter, this was my go-to foundation, and it pained me because it's quite expensive and I was using it on a daily basis, which I don't tend to do with higher end products. I tend to use them on special occasions, and when I'm practicing my makeup at home, I tend to use this one, which is really expensive. So I'm so glad that I found this one out, and I love it, and it does the same thing. My favourite concealer since I discovered this, I wanted this concealer for so long, and I think I bought it, I want to say October, November time, and it's the Tarte Shape Tape. Everyone loves this concealer. Everyone on YouTube, Instagram, everywhere loves this concealer. It is the best concealer I've ever tried. I will say that. It is the best concealer I've ever tried. I do love my NARS Creamy Concealer. I only purchased my one in June, so I do love that one, but that one's in my summer shade. So this is my favourite concealer at the moment that I've ever tried. It's full coverage, it blends really well, it stays put. I use it on my eyelids as well when I'm doing a nice, like a heavy eye look. I use it as the base for my eyeshadow, sorry. I do also use it as a base for my eyeshadow. Just set it with a little bit of powder. I can set it with translucent powder or a pressed powder, and it works really, really well on both occasions with both powders. I love it, and I never purchased it before because I was worried about purchasing it from online, because obviously it comes from America, and I was worried about taxes and customs. And I don't think with Tarte you pay any of that. I think you pay that all together with your handling, but it still would cost me, I think it's about £22 plus shipping, I think. So I waited until it was on offer on QVC, and it came with a sponge, a purple sponge, which I also love for concealer, and it was £29, I believe, and it was or £30, something like that, and it was under the 3 easy payments, so I paid like £10 roughly for 3 months, which, you know, just kind of didn't hurt as much to spend that much money on a concealer, because it came with a sponge. I think if you buy it directly through Tarte, it just comes on its own, and the sponge is about £14 extra, but together I just purchased them both and it was around £30. So I did that, and I'm so glad I love it. My shade is in light medium at the moment, so, and I think it's perfect actually for me at the moment. So that's my favourite foundation and my favourite concealer at the moment. And then Makeup Revolution come out with this. Now this is the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define Full Coverage Conceal and Contour. My shade is C7. It's quite a little bit lighter than this one. They're not quite the same shade, but it is so similar to this one. It is. Will I repurchase Shape Tape? Yes, I will. But will I repurchase this one? Yes, I will. This one is a dupe. If you can't afford or you don't want to spend £20 odd on that concealer, this one is an amazing dupe. Yes, it does crease a little bit underneath my eyes, just underneath it here. I've got a few lines, and if I don't set it pretty much straight away, it creases really badly. So this is the type of concealer you have to set straight away. Yes, I also use this as a base on my for my eyeshadow. Again, I set it with powder straight away and it does not crease. And if I set it with powder, I find that my eyeshadow blends really easily. It's just so easy to work with. I love it. I also used it to carve out my eyebrows, but I do love this, and I will purchase it again, and I might purchase in a couple of different shades to try and contour with and everything. Something again that I'll have to try. So that's that one. Oh, price comparison. This one is £4. So price kind of speaks for itself. I was super excited about this, and they've also just released a stick foundation, which I've ordered in 2 shades because I wasn't sure what shade to get. And I'm so excited, so I'll do a first impressions when that arrives. Can't wait for that to go through. If my voice is a little bit different, I've got a really bad cold at the moment. It's freezing in England at the moment. I live in the south. The whole of England is covered with snow, apart from where I live, which is in the south in Bournemouth. There's no snow at the moment. We've got a weather warning for this evening and tomorrow, so that's going to be snow. So fingers crossed we get a little bit of snow. My favourite powder at the moment, it has to be the MAC Skin Finish, Mineralized Skin Finish in Medium Golden. This is amazing. I use it for everything. I set my under eyes with it, I set my my eyes for when I use my eyeshadow, my entire face. It kind of doesn't, I find with this foundation actually, I don't set all over my face, I just set my under eyes and my T-zone. I don't get oily, but it doesn't feel right not to do, I don't know why. And occasionally I'll set like around my mouth, because where you eat and stuff, it kind of tends to fall. This is my shade, Medium Golden. I just love it, it's lovely. There's not a lot you can say about powder, but I do love it, and I use it on a daily basis. There's not really a drugstore equivalent that I have found so far. This one is just so silky, and it's lovely. It leaves your skin feeling soft, and yeah, it just feels lovely, and it doesn't look powdery either, I don't find. So I love this as well. It's my favourite powder, pressed powder at the moment. I'm on the hunt for a translucent powder. I've had great things about a couple, so I'm just going to buy a couple and try them out and then see which one's my favourite. When I first purchased this, I did a video, first impressions video, and I wasn't too keen on it. I've never really contoured. I didn't have a contour kit as such back then. This is the Urban Decay Naked Skin Shapeshifter palette. This is the dark. And I wasn't really sure how to use it or anything. So the only really shades I use, to be honest, I don't colour correct or anything. So I only use this shade down here. Oh no, down here. Down there. To contour with. And I occasionally use this one to highlight with. And then I do use this highlighting. This is the powder. So one side's creams, one side's powders. So I use this powder here, no, they're here, to highlight, and I love that highlighter. It's really nice. And then I have occasionally used this one to set my under eye because it does brighten it up on days where I'm quite dark. These two powders, I kind of sometimes use them, sometimes I don't. I prefer a cream contour to blend it in. I am wearing it today. And I did mix it in with a little bit of the lighter shadow to bronze it up a little bit. And I do use this a lot more than I thought I would. I bought it because I wanted it in my kit. I want to start doing makeup for like weddings and proms and stuff, so I thought it would be a good investment for my kit. But actually I do use it on myself a lot more than I thought I would. I'm just worried sometimes with contouring that it can look too sharp and it can look too contoured, I suppose. So and I find that I can control this really well. I use it with a little tiny brush and then I blend it in with like the straight brush. So I apply it with this brush. It's like a very small one of those artiste type of one. It's not an artiste one, it's a My Beauty Spot one, just a cheap one. And then I got this from Amazon. This is an dough colour brush, and I just use that. It's like straight, so it's kind of really good to get it in that and blend it in like that. So I quite like this one to blend it in with. And that's kind of my go-to contour palette. So I do use it quite often, more often than I ever thought I would, to be honest. So that was a good purchase. Another highlighting thing that I've recently discovered, and I'm in love, is this. This is the Makeup Revolution Ultra Strobe Cream. It's like a white cream, and then you blend it in, and I'm wearing it today. You can't really see it on my hand, but it is really, really pretty. I have got it on today. Only a little tiny bit, I don't know if you can see. But it's lovely, it's so subtle. And again, with this foundation, I just pop a little bit on here, and on my nose, and on my cupid's bow, a little bit on my chin, a little bit on my T-zone, just to highlight it, because this foundation is so matte that I feel that it needs for myself, because I've got quite dry skin, it does need to be a bit more dewy. I prefer a dewier look sometimes. Most of the time, actually. Eyebrows. So this is a product I've recently discovered. This is the NYX eyebrow gel. It's waterproof, long lasting, smudge proof. I have the colour Espresso. And this is really good. If you like really intense dark brows, this is really good. I'm not wearing it today. My brows are very dark anyway. But with this, I feel like I can do the underline underneath and then go in with my concealer and really shape up my eyebrows. And because this is a gel, it sets all your hairs in place, so your hairs do not move. I just brush it through with a spoolie and your hairs stay in place the whole time. I almost wish they just did this with a brush, so we can just do that one on days that you don't want to spend time doing your eyebrows. Maybe they do. Maybe I'll look into that. But yes, I do like this, but I don't use it every day. It's the sort of day that when I want to do an intense makeup look or intense eye look, I will use this because it gives my eyebrows the definition that I need for the eyes to look good. The other product that I do use more regularly is this is the new colour Light Shine Eyebrow Kit in grey brown. And this is what it comes with. So it's got two shades, a light shade and a dark shade, and then a highlighting shade on the other side here. And so I use the darker shade on a more day-to-day basis if I just want to fill in a few of the gaps and leave it on a more of a natural kind of eyebrow day. And then I will go in with the lighter shade at the front if I need to every now and again. I don't do it very often. So I do really like this. This is my go-to daily eyebrow powder that I use. going on to eyes, but my two favourites that I've been going backwards and forwards from and to over the last 3 or 4 months have been the Tarte Man-Eater palette, which looks like this. This is the old one. I know they've released a new one with like a black and a couple more shades instead of this highlighting shade. This is the old one, but I love this palette. It is a brilliant palette to go on holiday with. It's got your dark colours, you can do a smoky eye look. It's got like a dark plummy kind of colour here. That one there. And it's kind of shimmery, and it's got like a couple of the matte shades that you need like for your crease and stuff. And the highlighter is just beautiful. I use it quite often on my eyebrow arch, or I actually have used it as a highlighter on my face as well. I love it. I do use it constantly. It's just such a lovely palette. It's quite a versatile palette. You can do everything with it. And I think it's one of the palettes that when I go away, which isn't very often, but when I do go away, it's one of the ones that I just put in my makeup bag because I know I'll use it. The other palette that I've been obsessed with since I bought it is the Urban Decay Naked Heat palette, which, to be honest, I knew I wanted it because there was a naked palette and I've got all of them. My husband very kindly has bought me them over the years for my birthday, for Christmas, that sort of thing. So I just have a little collection, and I love them. But I didn't really think I was going to use this one because the colours are just so like just reds and oranges and stuff. But I love it and I use it all the time. With the shimmery shades, I do find it easier to apply with your finger because I think the pigment comes out a lot stronger with that one. But this shade here I use constantly as a highlighting shade for my eyebrow, for my inner corner of my eye. I just love it. I use it so much more than I ever thought I would. And these are my go-to palettes constantly, all the time, over the last couple of months. My current favourite mascara, which is all out, is this one. It's the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. I got this in a glossy box or a birch box, one of the two, and I actually love this mascara, and I will buy the full size. I just haven't had time. I don't think there is a Too Faced in any of the shops near me, so I'll have to order it online. But I love it, and I do think it's worth the price. I think with mascara, some mascaras work for you, some mascaras don't work for you. And this one is probably the best one I've ever tried. It's run out completely, it's completely dry. So it's literally not working anymore. But the brush is such a good brush, it's like kind of goes in the middle, can you see? And it just distributes everything evenly, it doesn't clump up. It just makes your eyebrows, it makes your eyelashes just look so full and so long and so... Oh, I just love it. I really do love it, and I do need to repurchase it. I have done a post about my top 5 mascaras, and this one was the top one. There are other mascaras that I love, and I've posted them in my blog, so check it out. I'll put the link in the description box below. Sticking to eyes, my favourite eyeliner probably of all time that I've tried is the Kat Von D tattoo liner. I got this for my birthday. This is the Trooper Black. I love it. It's just so easy to use. It's like a little brush, and it can do a really thin line, you can do a really thick line. It's not like a felt tip, it is like an actual brush. So the bristles can't really explain it, but it's really good to use. And I do love it. I think it's really easy to use, and it is my go-to. Since liquid lipsticks, without a doubt, my favourite is the Kat Von D liquid lipsticks that I've tried anyway. I've not tried a huge amount, but from the ones that I have tried, this one is my favourite by far. The formula just goes on so nicely. It doesn't dry up your lips. It feels really comfortable. It's really long lasting. Yeah, I've got in this shade, which is Lolita, I believe. Yes, Lolita, and I've got it in Santa Sangre, which is like a reddy, kind of bright red, orangey kind of colour, which I love. I don't have it on me at the moment, but I love these two colours. They're beautiful. That's what I'm wearing on right now. It's very long lasting, it's very comfortable, and I really like it. My favourite lip liner is MAC Wow. I absolutely love this liner. It's no surprise, this is quite a famous one. But it's just such a lovely, perfect nude colour. I do sometimes wear it on its own, I just draw in my lips and just fill them in with this colour. It's a lovely mauvey, pinky kind of nude on me. I then sometimes top it up with Velvet Teddy, which again is a very famous MAC lipstick. This one is nearly all out. This is literally all I've got left, so I'm truly gutted. I've never ever run out of lipstick on any of my lipsticks before. To be fair, I pretty much use this constantly. This is my go-to lipstick. That and this is what I use most days with most of my looks. Another one of my favourite combos that I have been using recently is these two, and then I add a little bit of this on top, which is, again, I got in one of my glossy boxes. It's the Trifle Cosmetics Lip Parfait, and when I first saw the colour I was like, oh, this is not me at all. It's like a really pinky, like peachy, almost nudie colour, and this is the colour. It's just very pink, and I just don't like those sort of colours on me. So and I was like, never going to use it. I had it in my cupboard for a couple of weeks, well, for a few months, never using it. And then I popped it on top of Velvet Teddy Well, this, and then I topped it off with MAC Cream Sheen in Fashion Whim, which is a gloss. And I loved the outcome. I've got, I think, a picture of it on my Instagram, and I love it. I think it's such a nice combo. And this lipstick, the formula is so lovely. I wish I had different colours, and I may purchase some because the formula of it is so hydrating and moisturising, and it just feels lovely on the lips, really lively and hydrating. And it's not long lasting, but I don't think it claims to be. It's just a lipstick, but it's a good one, and it just feels lovely on your lips, and it makes them really moisturised. My lips were really sore. I think that's why I was trying to find, because I've run out. I've not run out, I've lost all my lip balms. You know, you just put them in your handbags and then you just lose them. And I don't know where they are. I just don't know what happens to my lip balms. It's like lip balms and hair grips and hair bands, and just disappear. I don't know, you know, there must be a hole in my house with loads of these stuff around, which I can't find anywhere. The only other two favourites, which are kind of makeup related, I tend to set my makeup with this constantly. It's not a setting spray, it's Fix Plus, and it's just a finishing mist, and I love how it kind of just melts all your powders into your face, and it makes you look less powdery. It makes you look glowy and dewy and just beautiful. It's just, I love this. I've nearly finished it. I have had it quite a while, to be fair. I do use it a lot as well to wet my brushes, to use it with some of the Urban Decay shadows, or any shadows really, any pigments or anything like that, just to intensify the colour a bit more. It works wonders with that as well. That's really good. And lastly, what I remove my makeup with, this is my go-to. I go through these like there's no tomorrow. Micellar water, and this is like £1 for like this size, small size, and they do like a big size. I tend to just get the little sizes. I have one in my makeup bag and one in the bathroom, and I just remove it. Just removes my makeup so easily. I just literally pop it on a cotton pad. I rest on my eye for a little bit to melt down the mascara, and then I rub it and it just comes off. It's just so easy. It doesn't sting my eyes. A lot of makeup removers I used to find used to really hurt my eyes. Makeup wipes really hurt my skin, to be honest. I don't have sensitive skin at all. I have fairly dry skin, and it's my go-to makeup remover. This is all I've got really. I don't even have any makeup wipes anymore. I just use this, and then I go in with a cleanser afterwards and a moisturiser. And that's it. That's all I use. And that's it really for today's video. That's just all my current beauty favourites. I'll do it again in a couple of months. I was thinking of doing like a video about me, like interesting facts or 50 facts about me, so that you guys can get to know me a bit better. And I hope you like the setup. It's a bit closer than I'm normally like down here, so I might do my makeup videos with it a bit closer so you can actually see what I'm doing in the future. And I've got a couple of really good videos coming up with new makeup that I've purchased, so I can't wait to get those out to you. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel for future videos, and thank you very much for watching. Thank you. Bye bye.